Hey guys, this is the first video of the Vainglory supporter team, and we're starting with the first guide series, starting off with Adagio this week. I know there are some other heroes that are going to be showing up shortly, and we'll try to keep up to date, and we'll try to make the first guide for every one of the heroes before that expansion is actually announced. And I mean, in I don't know how many weeks it's going to take, but we intend to do to do all the heroes until that release is shown up for us. All right, so let's start off with Adagio, which is going to be the first guide series, the first guide series for our channel. All right, so let's take a look at that hero. Adagio is a support crystal power medium ranged hero. Does it mean you have to do the crystal power build for Adagio? No, that's not what I mean. This is basically what his abilities and other skills are going to be taking power from. All right. So first off, we're not going to take a deep look by any means on this hero today. This is the first guide series, which means I'm only taking some first impressions or some basically essential abilities of Adagio. So if you're a pro player, this is not the place for you, not that time, not right now, because the deep video, the deep guide we're going to be released later in this channel. So we don't have to worry about that right now. All right. So let's start with Adagio's abilities. The first Adagio ability is Gift of Fire. Well, what happens when you use Gift of Fire? When you use Gift of Fire in an ally, it can be a hero, a light hero, it can be a minion. So when you use it, all the enemies surrounded by it are going to be burning. It will start burning. So which means they're going to take damage, and they're going to take damage from your crystal power damage. So is this really helpful in the lane? Yes, it is, because when you're against someone in the lane, why do you want to keep your lane pushed? Why do you want to keep your minions going? Because if your minions go far enough, you can actually heal them in order to put your enemy on fire. In the early game, Adagio is not a real threat. He cannot take on some serious enemies like Ringo or like Glaive or even like Petal. You can really suffer from that. You can really, they can really make it they put up a real fight. So it's really difficult for you to take them in the first minutes. All right. So in the first minutes, what you gotta focus on is keep your lane pushed, keep your minions going, so they can go far enough for you to heal them and burn your enemies. Because if your enemy is burning, that's it, you got it. Now go back and make the defense. All right, now let's go to the second ability, which is Agent of Wrath. Agent of Wrath is an ability that you can shot in any ally, not minions, but in any allied hero, including you. So what you gotta focus on here is keep your enemies burning. Have already say that about 5 or 6 times, but keep your enemies burning, because all of your other abilities are going to be stacked up when your enemy is burning. All right, so it's not what you think you are. You're going to keep your enemies burning all the time, but since once they are near you, try to keep them burning. This is a good tip. This is a good advice. So the Agent of Wrath is an ability that you're gonna do this ability on yourself or in any other allied hero. Once you do it, the damage is going to be amplified, and you're going to be really a threat. All right, in the beginning of the game, if you get this ability, I recommend you to get it second in your level 2. If you use it on yourself, your enemy is burning, it will do a lot of damage, and is not a skill shot. Is not a skill shot ability. You actually do it on you, and when you attack, it's going to amplify your damage. And if your enemy is burning, this is going to hurt. All right, and you'll probably be able to kill that enemy right at once. So this is an important ability, but not as important as the Verse of Judgment, which is your ultimate. The Verse of Judgment is a tricky ability because when Adagio uses it, it's going to take 2 seconds for it to channel its ability, and once it's channeled, it will deal a burst of damage in an area near you that will actually stun all the enemies that are burning. So is really, really a big deal if you're trying to engage a fight or you want to trap enemies in that area. So if you use Verse of Judgment properly, you might be able to take a whole ace. You might be able to take the whole team at once and give it an ace, probably getting the Kraken, I don't know. But you'll be in advantage if you use the Verse of Judgment properly, alright? So your passive ability, the Arcane Renewal, it's this ability, in my opinion, it's fantastic, but you need to know how to use it, alright? This ability actually focus also on the burning enemy thing. So if your enemy is burning, if any of the units in the game is burning, in the match is burning, any unit, every kind of hit, every kind of damage it takes will be reverted for you in form of energy. Which means if your team is focusing an enemy, be it the Kraken, I don't know, the Minion Miner, the Gold Miner, everything your team is focusing on, try to make it burn. I don't know, heal yourself, heal your allies, but try to make it burn. Try to make it burn, because if you do so, you're gonna get an enormous energy regeneration right at once, and it will be awesome. You can keep yourself in the lane, keep yourself in the jungle, I don't know, but this is some important advice. Arcane Renewal is an awesome ability, but you need to know how to use it, alright? When you're making your build, you can make an Adagio build based on CP, which is Crystal Power. You can make it based on AD, which is attack damage, and some full support tank Adagio, right? You can do that. You can do. I myself prefer using the CP Adagio because he is really powerful with a lot of Crystal Power. He is really, really a threat. So all his abilities scale up with Crystal Power. If you want to make an Adagio that just shoots a lot, fast, and deals damage, good. That's also good. You can actually heal yourself, you can actually burn your enemies, but the burn itself is not going to take away much damage from your opponent's lives. What I recommend, what I found out to be the most powerful build for Adagio, in which you can tank a lot, in which you can I don't know, take a lot of damage, deal a lot of damage, is the CP Adagio. So the first thing you're gonna be running for is the chronograph, which will reduce your cooldown a lot, will keep your energy recharging, and it will also give you a little bit of crystal power. All right. Once you do that, you're gonna rush to the boots, because no one can survive without boots in this game. Put that in mind. Your build can be a lot good, but if you don't have boots, you're done. All right. So get your boots and keep it up to date, because later in the game the boots are going to be really, really important. All right. So once you get that chronograph and you get those boots, what you want to do is get the Eve of Harvest. The Eve of Harvest, it guarantees to you a lifesteal, a crystal lifesteal, which is, in my opinion, one of the best items in the game. If you have 2 of it, if you have 1 of it and a lot of crystal power damage, it will be really, really useful. Especially when you have your enemies burning. The Eve of Harvest especially is going to give you a perk that is, you can actually regenerate your life by healing other people, by healing your minions. If you heal a minion and you get all the other enemy minions that are surrounding him burning, well, then you get a lifesteal from that, and you're going to get life regeneration from that, which is crazy, is like awesome. You can do it, and once you get the Eve of Harvest, I recommend for you to go for the Shattered Glass, which is an awesome crystal power item that will give a lot of crystal power. It will amplify the damage you deal with your burning thing, with the Gift of Fire, and obviously the amount of damage, the amount of life you steal from them, alright? Which is really good. And the Agent of Wrath is also going to be skilled up with that. What the other thing I would like to mention about here is the order that you're going to get your abilities. In my opinion, the most useful combination is for getting the Gift of Fire level 1, Agent of Wrath level 2. From then on, you're going to get only Gift of Fire, making your burn more durable, making it deal more damage. And then once you get all of that, you get the option for you to go for Verse of Judgment, you go for Verse of Judgment. All right, and the only other occasion when you're going to get Agent of Wrath is when it is the only left option for you to take. All right, if you do that, your early game will be very powerful. You're going to resist a lot, and if your allies are playing well, not disappointing your team, you'll be actually able to put up a fight, and you will actually be able to win this game. All right, and this is it, guys. If you like it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're looking for the more deep commentaries, the deep guide for Adagio or any other hero, stay tuned. We're going to be releasing it in about a week. All right, thank you. See ya.